I'm live, so just yeah. What do you need? Okay. All right. Well, I will get to you. I promise. Okay. All right, guys. Sorry about that. We had a little bit of a disconnect for whatever reason. Let's see if I can get this thing to start working. So for whatever reason, we got disconnected. Once again, guys, for those of you who want an example of my deck, you can go to the YouTube channel. I am there, and the link is in my bio. I am currently sharing the screen, the deck with everybody who is in the live. So we're just gonna give them a minute. For whatever reason, the live did get disconnected, and we are going to get back into live as soon as we have everybody join. Hey guys, so we're back live, and the first thing I want you guys to do is, of course, hit that like button on the YouTube channel. That will help me with the YouTube algorithm, and that's kind of what we want to do. Okay guys, just hold on. Okay, good. You guys can see the shared screen. That's awesome. I'm just gonna wait for a few more people to log in, because I did lose you guys for whatever reason on the live. So we do have the new live that's back in. YouTube stopped working. Yes, it's a new YouTube video, guys. It's working. We're back on. Just make sure you guys are back on the live, because for whatever reason that did get disconnected. I'm gonna show you this is one of the first my smaller deals, and I want to show you guys what a deck looks like, so you guys can kind of figure out what there is to really kind of figure out. Okay, so I was having issues, guys, with the deck, but it's working now. Jump on YouTube, the screen share is working, everything's working. You guys should be able to get everything done correctly. Okay, it's good now. Okay, perfect. Okay, we're just waiting for a few more people to jump back on the live. I think the YouTube is a little lagged, so let's jump back on the live and try to figure this out really quickly. I donated $5. Thank you for that, the anime guy. I appreciate it, for sure, and I make it worth your while for sure. Okay, so let me quickly go here and make sure that our video is in fact live as we speak. Okay, so yes, the video is live and we are good to go. We're just gonna wait for everybody else to join in, and that's about it, really. Look at that. Okay, things are looking good. Okay, so hold on. All right, hold on, guys. Let me just see what we can do. Once again, guys, if you guys are on the YouTube working and can't hear, okay, can you guys hear me? I hope you guys can hear me, because if you can't hear me, that's going to be a little bit of an issue. Okay, so I can now. Okay, perfect. It's iftar time. Well, it was iftar time a while ago, man. We kind of broke our fast about 40 minutes ago. Okay. Yes. All right. Amazing. Yes, I can hear you. Okay, perfect. Yes, I'm back. Okay, so really quickly, want to go over the deck, and I want to show you guys what a pretty basic standard pitch deck should look like. Like I said, if you guys are truly interested in syndications, I want you to focus all your energy on the pitch deck. The pitch deck is really where it's at, and the pitch deck is really what's going to build your credibility and what's going to really put you out there and get you used to asking for money, not finding the deal. Finding the deal is one thing for sure. It's important as well, of course, but that's the next step. First thing you need to do is practice being said no to a lot of times, and that's kind of really what you need to do. So once again, this is just a sample deck. This is an actual deck that I have used to raise, and you're gonna get to see how much money I raised with this deal and what this deal is worth. And so for that reason, I'm going over this deck with you guys. I'm actually gonna delete this video, so I'm not gonna keep it on, because I don't want this deck to be out there forever. But for the sake of the live, we are going to keep the deck so I can show you guys what is going on. Okay, so we have a lot of viewers back, but a lot of viewers are not back. So we're gonna just wait for another minute till everybody is completely back online. Okay. Until then, let me know where you guys are joining from. I'd be interested to know where you guys are joining from. Hold on, let me just... Baklava or baklava, whatever you guys like to call it. This is that. I love eating this. It's one of my favorite desserts. What's up everybody? Once again, you are not fasting? Yes, I am fasting, guys. It is iftar time. It is iftar time where I am at in the world right now. Detroit, Michigan, Florida, Houston. I love Houston, man. San Diego. I love San Diego. What's wholesaling? Okay, so we're actually talking about real estate syndications right now. Hop over to the YouTube channel, guys, and what you're gonna get to see is you're gonna get to see the screen share. I'm actually sharing an actual deck that I actually use to raise money, and it's gonna show you how much money I raised using this very simple yet effective deck. Now, do you guys want to know where I made this deck? So that's something very important as well. This deck, you guys will not believe this, but this deck was built. Can you guess? Okay, wait. For those of you who are in the screen share, guess how I built this deck. Before I go over the deck, I want you guys to guess what I used or what software I used or how I built this deck. What do you guys think I used to build this deck? Let's see. I see you now. Okay, thank you. That's perfect. All right, so that is kind of where we're at. Guys, hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It would mean a lot. It would help. It would support the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything. Okay, it's just one click. Turn that like button blue, and let's do it. Nope, I did not even use PPT. PowerPoint, right? I did not use Yes, you are right. I used Canva. I absolutely used Canva to build the deck. I raised, a lot of money using Canva. No, I built the deck myself, guys. So Upwork would have been great, but I did build the deck myself on Canva. And it wasn't the free version of Canva. So we use Canva a lot in all of our businesses. And this was built by Canva. So, okay, now that we have most of you back, let's quickly go over the deck. Guys, for those of you who are on TikTok and are on Facebook, jump over to YouTube, and we are screen sharing the actual pitch decks that I use. So first thing you're gonna notice is that we do have a table of content. And the first thing in the table of content we talk about our company, investment highlights, property summary, submarket, opportunity, key factors. Take a picture of this, guys. If you guys have a phone, take a picture of this table of content, okay? And you will be able to use this for your benefit in the future when you build a deck. Okay, so this is, wow, look at me. I used to have hair, and I actually used to wear a suit once upon a time, guys. And that was not too far, actually. That was right before I had exited my fund. This was right before I exited my fund, so I was still a suit guy, and that's kind of how I looked. I have a brief introduction on myself, and I recommend that you guys put together yourselves or your teams. I have my recent acquisitions. You guys don't need to have recent acquisitions. Instead, you can put more information about your vision and your company's vision. This is the investment highlights. This is a very important slide. This is probably the slide that tells your investors everything they need to know, right? So I think it's very important that you guys put realistic expectations, and what your investor will be looking. Now, I like personally to be conservative. So this is a conservative, very extremely conservative projection. Always be conservative, guys. Nobody wants to see, like, a lot of people get caught up in that, oh, we need to give them 20% or we need to return 100% for it to be, you know, like something that is like really crazy valuable. No, that's not the case. In my case, look at my IRR. It's 15% a year. That's it. And this 15% includes the cash flow. So cash flow plus appreciation is 15%. Guys, for those of you, once again, who are on TikTok, link is in my bio. We are sharing screen of a pitch deck that I have created to raise money from investors. So the pitch deck, I'm actually sharing screen on YouTube right now. So jump over to YouTube. You'll be able to watch the pitch deck with everybody else. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. Yes, 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 let's do it. So this is kind of our returns over 3 to 5 years, right? See, we actually have a maximum. So no investor can come and invest more than this amount, okay? This is important. Property summary is extremely important. And look at the purchase price. Purchase price currently, as it sits, is $5.2 million. I built a pitch deck on Canva for a $5.2 million acquisition. Hamza, did you block me? LOL. No, I can see you. Why would I block you? I don't even know how to block you. But you are here right now and we can see you in the chat. Everybody tell Yo Soy hi, just so he knows that he is still in the chat. Okay, anyways. This is the acquisition. This is the number of units. This is the year built. This is just information that we have about the apartment community. Then we go over a slide of the area, right? So you give them information about the area, what the area is, yada, yada, yada. You know, it's amazing. School is good, really good, amazing, amazing. Okay. Then we have another slide with 6 key factors and opportunities. So this is something that is very important and you guys need to do that. Way too much stuff on the screen to do proper screenshots. Okay, so this is the best I can do right now as far as screenshots, but like I said, we're gonna be going over this in the future as well, so don't worry. Sup Toyo, yeah, okay, we're good. Okay, then I have a picture of the actual, this is the actual apartment community, guys. So I have a picture of it, it's colored in green, and then I have this map. Because unfortunately I built this on Canva, I had to go on Google Maps and I had to like pinpoint it. Very awkward slide, but I left it in there, right? I left it in there because my investors understand where this piece of property is located, and that's very important. Okay, so here is my 5-year projection, and this is kind of what that looks like. Then my financial projection, acquisition rates. I do, you know, there's a little bit of technical calculations that you need to do here. I'm not going to go over that today, but this is extremely important. Okay, so this is another important component, and this actually gives you the total, like exit, total sale, total you know, all that information, that all the good stuff that your investors will need. Now, once again, this is a list of all the expenses. So hold on, let me go over it. I don't know if you guys can see my mouse, but this is all the list of expenses in dollars, and this is what the expenses are in terms of proceeds, in terms of net amount. Purchase price and purchase price analysis. This is kind of, you know, some more technicals that are important. You know, if I were to redo my first pitch deck, I probably wouldn't do that. We can't see, we can't hear. Did I lose you guys? Did I lose you guys on TikTok? Can you guys on YouTube hear me? Guys, switch over to YouTube. It'll definitely be a little better. Yes, I did build this pitch deck after I put the property under contract, for sure. I did build it. Yes, we do actually also put in capex before we get in. I hear you and see you fine on YouTube. Okay, guys, get on YouTube, because I don't know why, for whatever reason, TikTok is giving me in and out vibes. But is higher cap rate better or lower? So that depends, right? If you're in a good area, obviously you're going to have lower cap rates. If you're in a bad area, you're going to have higher cap rates. It just depends on the submarket and what kind of things are looking at in your area. Okay, potential investor returns. So this is actually a very important component as well. You need to give them their potential returns on your deck. And then this is I think the slide that talks about everything the most. This is what gives us our profit and kind of tells us proceeds, distributions, and as you can see, in 24 months, net refinance proceeds would be 1.2 million. Sale proceeds would be about $2 million. So that would be our cash on cash return. However, this is of course in 60 months and not in 24 months, right? So it just really depends on what we're doing. And then that breaks down investor returns and what they are and what we are kind of looking at as far as return. So year 2 we have a refi, and then year 5 we have an exit, and this is what the proceeds look like on each one of that. Of course, all your pitch decks must have all the risks clearly listed on them, because if you don't, it is very important to have all the risk factors. In fact, if you look, I have 2 slides of risk factors. So, you have to make sure that you put that in there. Okay, so this, now you guys can clearly see here, this was a deal that I did in 2019. We started raising money on Feb 5th, and by March 15th, we were already closing the deal. So it took us about a month and 10 days to close. I think it was $1.5 million raise at that point. What do you use for hot zip codes? Okay, so I think I use a lot of things, but I think what I talk to you guys about, and I tell you guys to keep things simple, because if this is your first deal, or this is one deal that you guys are doing, I think what you guys need to focus on is the U-Haul Mass Migration Index. I'm going to show that to you right now. So I go on Google, and if you type U-Haul migration, here you go. If you look at U-Haul migration trends, not 2019, but let's do 2020, because 2020 was an interesting year. So let's look at this. 2020, this is, in my opinion, the simplest way for you to find it. Okay, so here you have Tennessee claims #1 spot for the first time, Texas in top 2 for 5th straight year. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Hold on, let me see if I can scroll down. Let me see if I can get my face out of the way. I think that would probably help you guys a little bit. Hold on. So if I do this and I hide my face, there you go, I've hidden my face. So you guys should not be able to see my face anymore. Okay, so if you look at the U-Haul Mass Migration Index and you look at the trends here, you can clearly see that it says top 1 spot Tennessee, top 2 spot Texas. Now in Texas, of course you need to keep reading. You can't just read Texas and say, oh, you know what, that's it, Texas is where it's at. So what you need to actually do is go to U-Haul, and you need to look at their indexes, right? And they have actually a whole page on their indexes. So let's take a look at U-Haul Migration Trends 2021. Okay, let's click that. Let's see here, 25 top cities, right? And here you go. And I think the U-Haul Mass Migration Index is a very good way for you guys to kind of figure out where you want to be, right? Top 2021 growth cities. And U-Haul is like, they measure, well, this is growth cities. No, you want to see not migration trends, but you want to see actually hold on, let me see where it's at. According to 2020, Tennessee came up on #1, and no, but there's a place where you can actually on U-Haul's website. Hold on. Let me. I'm gonna help you guys out. Just one sec. Press release, mass migration trends. Okay, here you go. This is the website that you guys need to go. It's an archived website, and this is kind of what you need to look at. Okay, so here you have Canadian destinations, as you guys can see. Then you have trends, then you have cities, then you have all of this, da 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 da. You want this. Okay, so let's go for, oh, here, look at this. For example, right? Top US destination city, Houston is U-Haul's #1 destination for 2019. So Houston, Texas was U-Haul's #1 city in 2019. And this was, of course, pre-COVID. Average investment size in my fund is around $125,000. The minimum in investments in my fund is $25,000. So that's kind of... do you accept internships online? I'm currently looking for only in person, and I probably have 100 people that have applied. But I think we will open up to online just because of the amount of demand that we have seen from online applicants. So I don't know how I'm going to work that. I haven't figured that out yet, but there may be an opportunity to intern virtually for people who are out of state. I don't know yet. Awesome information, Hamza. We have to get you on Clubhouse, some very good real estate rooms, and we will be synergetic with you on other socials. Yes, perfect. I can definitely do that without a problem. So here you go. Let's scroll down a little bit so to give you guys an idea as to what the trends were looking like. #1 was my city, Houston, Texas, right? #2, Las Vegas. Now, I want you guys to see how many cities in Texas are in the top 10, because you guys will be like, wow, this is crazy. So we have Texas here, we have Texas here, we have Texas here. And Dallas is not too far behind, although not many people moving into Dallas in 2019. Dallas definitely not too far behind. I may have missed it here. Dallas is number 18. So, I'm a current sophomore major in Chicago. I'd love to be part of the process. I'll be on the lookout. Perfect. Thank you for that. It means a lot. By the way, for all of you guys who are reaching out to me for the internship, for the business, I want to thank you. I want to take a moment and just thank you guys and tell you guys I really appreciate the fact that you guys have this much trust in me, and you guys are going to be amazing. I guarantee that for sure. Once again, guys, remember to hit that like button. We have quite a few of you on the YouTube channel and we don't have enough likes, so hit that like button right away. Make sure it's blue. If it's not blue, it needs to be blue. And that's kind of where we're at. I also noticed that we have a couple of members in the chat. So if you guys have not become members of the channel, consider becoming members. It would support the channel. You also get access to my daily alerts. I post alerts every time I buy and sell stocks, or special messages for all the members, and you guys get access to all of that just by joining and becoming a member of this channel. So consider becoming a member, support the channel, and that would mean a lot. If not, just hit the like button. If you can't become members, I totally get it. Hit the like button, help me out there. That's completely free and it would be much appreciated. Okay, so with that being said, what else can we talk about? We can talk about, we got a lot of stuff going on in the real estate space. Prices are going to continue to go up. As far as syndications, we got a lot of information. I just went over that complete deck with you guys, and that is kind of what I would put my energy in if I was a new syndicator. I would first build a deck. After I build a deck, I would probably then go out and talk to investors. After I talk to investors, that is when I would start looking for deals. Now you're going to tell me, Hamza, how would you talk to investors without actually having a deal in your hand? I think the reason I would first talk to investors, and the reason I would first talk to investors is so that I get used to actually talking to investors, not actually to pitch them. So the idea is not to pitch to investors. Where do you get investors? That's such a good question. So my question to you is, how many people have you asked for money around you? Whoever it is, like your friends, your family, your cousins, your uncles, whoever it is, any friends of friends that may be looking to invest, any realtor friends. If you guys have realtor friends, by the way, realtor friends are probably your best source of hidden investors. And the reason is because your realtor friends will often have access to people who are access to real estate investors who buy and sell deals from them. So if you guys have just realtor friends, I can't tell you how many times just a realtor friend of mine has referred investors to me. It's unbelievable how many investors these people sit on. And if you develop a good relationship with your realtor friends, so anybody you know of who's a realtor, just go out to them, take them out for a cup of coffee or iftar or drinks or whatever it is, and tell them, hey, look, man, I'm looking for investors. If you have access to investors, just become help me and I'll help you. And the way that works is there's no money involved. They're going to give you investors, and then you in exchange are also expected to give them clients that they can close on, right? So it's like a relationship thing. I would say the easiest way to find investors is probably through building relationships with realtors. Then of course is your family and friends circle. You need to ask them for money all the time until they hate you. They don't invite you to any family events, and that's kind of where they're as at. Victor, congratulations. Thank you for becoming a member. You have that yellow new flag next to you. Have that yellow new emoji next to your name, and that emoji is gonna grow over time. Thank you for supporting the channel. It is much appreciated. Okay, so let's talk. What else can we talk about? Okay, so realtors are a very good source of income, and investors. The second best place to find investors, believe it or not, are Facebook groups. If you are aggressive on Facebook and on Facebook groups, there's a lot of real estate investment city-based Facebook groups. So go to Facebook. Let me show you guys what I mean, right? So let's just go quickly to my Facebook, okay? And for those of you guys, once again, who are on TikTok, just quickly get on YouTube and you will be able to. Okay, so let's go to Facebook and then let's type real estate investment here. Houston real estate investment. Okay, so we click on Houston real estate investment, and the first thing we see is somebody looking for a real estate attorney. Then we have a typical 321, which I think is really good. Then we have a bunch of stuff here. Oh, look at this. Look at what I just found. Somebody just posted any investors looking for flip or rentals in Houston. Okay, so this is literally how simple it is, guys. This is like one of the simplest things you can do. And look at that. I literally, in front of you guys, went on the Houston real estate investing group, and there is a person looking for investors. And this is just this is insanity, guys. Like, I'm literally showing you guys, and look at this. You have people putting their emails, you have people sharing information, looking to network with some realtors. Like, I mean, investor special, right? You could probably put an investor special like this, and look, interesting. So you could probably get away with a lot of a lot of exposure through Facebook. Now, I'm not saying that you go ahead and talk to everybody on, but this is great exposure for you guys to get started. How do you secure capital without experience? So this is the thing. This is actually a very good question. This is something that I had to do, and the way you do that for your first deal, this is what I want you to do, right? For your first deal, I want you to partner up with somebody who has experience and become what we call a co-GP. So what you're going to offer them is you're going to go to somebody who raises money and does deals, but is not a good operator, or is a small operator and is not interested in scaling, or whatever the reason may be. And I want you to partner up with somebody and tell them that you are willing to do all the work. All they need to do is just give you all the work, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna bank on their experience for your first deal. You can partner up with somebody on just face value too. Like, you can just go up to one of your friends who does this, or somebody who is close to you, who trusts you, and tell them that, hey, could I use you on my deck? I'm gonna build a deck. I want to use your credibility. I want to use your past deals, and then you can advise me on how to work moving forward, because you're gonna need some type of credibility, right? If you don't have credibility, it's not difficult raising money for a deal that you don't, even if like people see you, you're aggressive, you're passionate, you're excited. I would invest with somebody who's excited and who's truly passionate, even on their first deal, just depending on the deal, depending on the individual, right? But if you feel like you need that credibility, I think the best thing would be to partner up with somebody who will help you, grow, or who you can use as a credible person, a sponsor almost, to be able to do your deals with. Then your second deal, you can do it on your own because things get much easier. But your first deal, those are the two options that I would say that you probably have in order to be able to get it done. If that makes sense, I don't know. Seems like you might recommend office. I don't actually work in the office space. I actually work in the office warehouse space. So I like industrial right now. I think industrial is probably number one. And in my opinion, I think industrial will continue to do very well for the next at least 5 to 7 years. So I plan on sticking in industrial real estate for some time. And I'm very happy with that decision. So we have our cities. You can use U-Haul, the migration index, to find those cities, and for your first deal, don't you have to sign up with the SEC? So you do actually need to create some type of a fund structure, and for that you actually don't. If it's just one deal and it's your first deal, look up regulation Reg D. So it's called Regulation D. Actually, let's look it up together so you guys have the correct structure. As well. Okay, so hold on. Oops, this is not important. I don't know why I did that, but Reg D. Okay, so we're gonna look at Reg D. It's called Regulation D, of course, but we're gonna look at we're just gonna call it Reg D, and these are the documents that you need to draft from your attorney. Okay, so your attorney needs to draft these documents. And this is Reg D. And by the way, Investopedia is actually a very good source of information. So I'm going to click on Investopedia right here, and this is what a Reg D is. And a Reg D, what a Reg D allows you to do is a Reg D actually gives you my man, did you see Ethereum? I did see Ethereum. It's doing very well. My portfolio is up 26 grand on Ethereum, so I'm very excited about that. But in the meantime, the Reg D is going to give you guys an exemption. Look how cool that is. The SEC actually has a document that allows you to get an exemption, so you don't have to file with them. As long as you meet certain criteria, and those criterias are here in the Reg D. Otherwise, you will have to get approval from the SEC. Like me, when you're setting up a fund, and it's like a larger fund, and you have multiple assets, and you have a lot of moving parts. Setting up a fund is costly. It costs about $200,000 to $300,000, but that is the right way to do it. If you're only looking for one deal at a time, you can always set up these Reg Ds. They're fairly inexpensive to do these days. And as you can see, look at what it says right over here. It says Regulation D lets companies with specific types of private placements raise capital without needing to register with the SEC. So Victor, that answers your question right there. That is what you would need in order to get started. Now, it is not cheap. However, you can build it into your capital stack structure. So that means your investors would actually be paying the attorney to get this done. Opinions on capital gains tax hike proposed by Biden. I think they're going to get watered down, which means they're not going to be as bad as we think. I think they're going to be just fine. But in the meantime, I think we're just going to sit tight and wait. We're not going to panic. We're not going to overreact. We're going to wait and see what passes. And then based on what passes, we're going to make an educated decision. Because you have to understand that, I don't think Biden's intention is to take down the economy and take down real estate investors. Most Democrats and Republicans together invest in real estate to avoid a lot of things, and that is part of the strategy, and that has always been a part of this strategy for the longest time. So I don't think they're going to take it down just because. So that's something that we need to think about. Now, once hopefully this does pass and we get a better idea on what's going on, then we're going to start to panic, or then we're going to start to celebrate, just depending on how things are going. Okay, guys, I am done. I'm gonna spend some time behind the screen right now working on tomorrow. I am gonna be live tomorrow pre-market. We're gonna go over a couple of ticker symbols that I've been watching. We're gonna go over a couple of ticker symbols that you guys were talking about, and that is gonna be pre-market. So I am gonna be going live my time, 8 a.m. 8 a.m. Yeah, and we're gonna ring the bell together at 8:30 my time Central, which will be either 7:30 your time or 9:30 your time, I guess. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to doing more videos on the stocks. I think the stocks volume is coming back in. I think I do see a rotation back into growth stocks, which means our portfolio is going to grow significantly. And as usual, we will have some money to spend in the morning. We did make some money today on MU and Macy's and Tesla. And for those of you who are members, we're going to try to make some money tomorrow. I'm going to send out my alerts to you guys. And as I buy and sell trades, you will get notified. And with that, guys, I appreciate you all being here and spending time with me and getting educated on how to get your real estate syndication business started. And for those of you guys, once again, who want to be interns, please email me on htownhamza@gmail.com. The email is actually in the YouTube about me section, so you can just email me there and we will get started shortly. All right, guys, take care.